I thought a lot this week about feedback, obviously, because that's what I wrote about. The Feisty Manifesto is continuing to emerge, but what I can tell you is that feedback is a really, really tough thing to not be afraid of. I know this because I've been afraid of it for most of my professional life. But I have also recognized that when I receive feedback and when I equip myself to handle it, it changes me. Some of the toughest feedback I've ever received has been really painful. And I shared that. I shared that when I wrote about it last week. And it's interesting when you share those vulnerabilities and you go public with them, how it begins to inform your kind of regular behavior. And the fear of being liked is a really valid fear in addition. It's been a rough go. I was away last week. I was in Phoenix at PMI's Global Summit. That was awesome. That was not the challenge, but my life has been in chaos. I still don't have an office. Behind me is an incredibly messy, disorganized bedroom. I'm trying to land, and yet at the same time, I recognize that so much of my life has been about trying to get to the next stage. And one of the biggest factors that has really helped me, helped elevate me, continues to, is feedback. And wanting to be liked is a really big curse for a professional because it makes us say and act as though we are someone that we're not. And that lack of authenticity, I think, over the course of time really takes away from the quality of life that we can have. I have been told many times that I'm too much, that I try too hard. Or probably one of the toughest pieces of feedback I've ever received is that I'm inconsistent, which just cut me, to the quick because the challenge about that is I was consistently trying to be consistent, and a lack of consistency, seen by others, just feels like somebody's pulled back the veil and is showing your vulnerable parts. And that's been really difficult for me to deal with. But what I have recognized is that receiving that feedback becomes an opportunity for me to evaluate. Sometimes the feedback is right. Sometimes the feedback is bang on. Other times it's not right. Other times it's been more about the person giving the feedback than it has been about me. What I've always had the opportunity to do, though, in receiving it is to figure out where to put it. And I think initially I expressed a tremendous amount of fear for feedback because it made me feel like I was a failure. If somebody had something bad to say about me, I had failed. But that has also been an opportunity for me to feel empowered and for me to recognize that I can use that as fodder or fuel for the future version of me. And that's what I've done. I've continued to evolve and adapt. The work that I do today is much wiser work than I did yesterday, and certainly than I did last year and the years before that and before that. And I think that's what we should be doing. You know, um, Oftentimes we talk about arriving at a destination of I am now something. I am now X. I am now Y. And I recognize we're neither X nor Y. I think everything is a journey of learning. And so for me, the feisty way forward is to recognize feedback still stings. It still hurts. It still makes me flinch. However, I have learned to practice less flinch and more resolve for being able to improve and become a better version of myself. I have survived critical, very difficult feedback, and I'm still here to vlog about it. And I think that is a true testament to how it's done. It's not done because we like it. We don't ask for it because we want to hear how bad we are or we want to hear where we could have done better. We do it as professionals because it's an opportunity for us to grow. So I do not fear feedback. I feel fear about feedback, but I do not fear the feedback itself. I seek it. I then use it as a reflection, like a mirror that I can hold up to myself. But I also realize that letting that feedback define me can make me even more vulnerable. So I use it. And I would encourage you to do the same.